Thanks for tuning into another episode of the EVERBLACK Podcast, proudly brought to you by Blacklight Art and Design and RW Promotion. I'm your host, Nev. On this week's episode, we are joined by the Duke of Spook, the Doc of Shock, Mr. Wednesday 13, who'll be in the country next week with Static X and Dope, who he's been touring the world with on the Wayne Static Memorial Tour, which has just been going off everywhere. And tickets are just flying out the door because they're really cheap. It's only $60. So one show, I believe Melbourne, has already sold out, and the others aren't far behind. It's just, this is probably one of the shows I'm really looking forward to catching. So that's going to be unreal. And Wednesday's also preparing to release his new album Necrophaze on September 27th through Nuclear Blast, and that album is a real banger. I've been cranking it a lot over the last week or so, and it's just a hell of a lot of fun, that one. It's got guest appearances on there from Alice Cooper, Christina Scabbia from LACUNA COIL, Alexi from Children of BODOM, and a ton more surprises. It's just unreal. It's definitely one of his best albums to date, that's for sure. And, I mean, he just seems to be on a roll. Every album just gets better and better. He's getting better with age, that guy. I love it. And we had a good chat about action figures, our love of action figures and He-Man, being metal grandparents, the new album, of course, and this tour. Yeah, he seems like he's just in a really cool place right now creatively, and more from him on the way. So, yeah, you can't stop that, man. The Duke of Spook is a legend. You can catch Wednesday 13 on tour with Static X and Dope Down Under next week. The tour kicks off on the 22nd in Brisbane at Eaton's Hill. 23rd is sold out. That's in Melbourne at the Croxton. 24th in Sydney at the Metro Theatre. 26th in Adelaide at the Gov. And then wrapping up on the 27th in Perth at Rock Rover. Tickets are only $60, guys. You don't get bills like that cheap. It's incredible. So make sure you snap them up because it's gonna sell out, guaranteed. Don't snooze on it, or you'll regret it, because everybody who has been seeing this tour over in the States have been just losing their minds and saying how awesome it is. Go to metropolistouring.com and get your tickets now, all right? Or you've been warned, it's going to sell out. I don't want to see people posting on there, go, who's got tickets? Because you don't miss out. Don't miss out on this one. All right, before we go into the episode, we have to mention that it's brought to you by our good friends at Blacklight Art and Design, who are our go-to for all our screen printing needs. They've done all our shirts and hats for EverBlack Media, and they've got such a quick turnaround. I highly recommend checking these guys out at www.blacklightad.com.au. The show is also brought to you by our good friends at RW Promotion, who are the best in the biz when it comes to stickers, flyers, banners, badges, and all other promo you need for your band or business. Go get your stickers, banners, badges, all that fun stuff from www.rwpromotion.com.au. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and EverBlack Podcast through iTunes, Spreaker, and wherever good podcasts are streamed. I'm also uploading them to Facebook at the moment, so feel free to go there, share them around. We appreciate that. The more word we get out about our little show here, the more we're going to grow. So, and also, if you have some time, make sure you hit the review button. It takes 2 seconds. Leave us a little review. That helps us out massively. Thanks to everyone who has done that so far. We appreciate it. Legends. All right, here is my chat with the one and only Mr. Wednesday 13. Get your tickets now. Necrophaze, the new album, is out on September 27th through Nuclear Blast. You can pre-order it now. Horns high, people. Enjoy.
Hello.
Wednesday, how are you, man?
I am good. It's Wednesday where you're at, but it's Tuesday where I'm at. But I am Wednesday. How about that?
How's that? Yeah, man. What's with that? I did have a chuckle about that last week when it came through. I was like, I'm talking to Wednesday on Wednesday.
Bizarre. That's my joke since I've been using the name Wednesday in the mid '90s. Hey, this is this Wednesday on Monday. What?
Good to talk to you again, brother.
Thank you, man. Good to hear from you.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Well, of course, man. I'm loving the hell out of this new album, Necrophaze, dude. It's heavy and it flows really well from start to finish. It's so sick. I love it.
Thank you. I love it too. I'm really happy with how it turned out. Glad you said it flows good, because that's kind of how that's my job on the records, to make sure the record flows, the set list, the songs, everything flows. It's got to be like I look at it as like a fun house ride. You get in, strap yourself in, takes you on a fun ride, and it takes you in that little dark corner in the middle of and scares the shit out of you. Then it brings you back out on a fun ride, and you're like, cool, I want to do that again.
Yeah, especially, like, I don't want to spoil it for everyone that hasn't heard it, but at the end it takes a couple of unexpected turns, and I really, really love that.
Thank you.
It took me by surprise. Like, yeah, no, don't want to spoil it. I want everyone to hear it because
I mean, that was and that was totally not planned to happen that way. It just, when we had those songs and I was piecing it together, I was like, this would be a really cool way to turn it around. And I think it's not what people would expect, but I think when you get through listening to it, you kind of go, okay, that totally makes sense.
It does, yeah, and then it goes dark again at the end. I love it, man.
Yeah, That's fun. You're not out of the dark forever. You get out just a little bit, and then you get stabbed.
Yeah, that's it. That's right. And I also dig, man, the John Carpenter-ish influence on the artwork, too, and how it sort of looks like a old poster that's been folded up. And so I love that, man.
Yeah, that was something that, me and the artist Travis, I have two different artists work on it. One did the vinyl, one did the CD layout. So Travis did the CD, and Mark did the vinyl, and just, I wanted two different vibes. Like, I wanted the creep show vibe with the cartoon animation type thing, and then I wanted something that was just looked like something I would go to the video store, and I was with my parents as a kid and go tug on their shirt and point at the fog or something. And same with album covers. I wanted something, when I was younger. I don't know how many records Iron Maiden probably sold to unsuspecting people just because their album covers were killer. I was one of those people. I had no idea they sounded like that. I just really wanted that album cover or the poster. So it was just making something that made people want to pick it up and check it out. And so that's something that's kind of lost these days. I don't see anybody really, not anybody, but just there's not a lot of people that really seem to care about their artwork or album covers anymore. And that's still something that's super important to me.
And that shows, because I've noticed that, like, every album cover you've had, it tells a little story. Have you ever thought of, like, releasing them in, like, a special edition poster pack or something like that? Because they're awesome on walls. Yeah,
there's so many ideas of things I want to do. With this new record, we had an action figure made, so my brain's went into that world of, Originally it was making a poster book and doing this images, and then it went to, now we're going to make toys. So I think all that, there's room for all of that. It's just finding the right time to do it. That's been something that I'm really proud of when I look back and, I can Wikipedia myself and look at my discography and go, whoa, that's cool. That looks really cool when you look at all those album covers laid out. It looks like there was time spent with it, and it wasn't just thrown together. And that's really good to look back on and know that the time I've spent working on all this stuff has been worthwhile, and it holds up.
It sure does, man. Absolutely. And you mentioned the figure too. We've spoken a couple of times about it, and we've mentioned action figures. And you love action. I love action figures.
Yeah.
But having one now, where can we get our hands on one? Are they all sold out?
Well, the thing is we did like always, which I love it. I love when stuff goes wrong. Sometimes when it goes wrong, it's right. But we originally had 50 of the action figures, and something happened with the server and how they loaded the store, and it oversold by like 50 figures. So they did a variant color figure. So there's the original one that's advertised. Now there's one that's a different color. And then I think there may be a few extras of those going up online soon. And then after that, then we're going to talk about, or what I would like to do is start working on a whole action figure line. I mean, it could just go on forever. I mean, every record has a different look or a different aesthetic to it. And so it's literally, I've become a toy. I've literally become an action figure. And that's why I've really gone out crazy on this new one. Is like I'm literally looking around the room I'm talking to you in right now, and I'm looking at He-Man figures, and I'm going, cool, yeah, I got that guy's hook arm, I do that, I do this guy's look, I got Skeletor, I'm half Cobra Commander, I'm half this. So I'm just kind of, I get to be a toy on stage every night, and I get to be a toy or a character in my record, and it's the ultimate dress-up job. It's awesome, and I'm having more fun with this now than I ever had. I think now I know what I'm doing, whereas before I kind of had this thing I was doing and didn't really understand the power of it. Now I've kind of harnessed it, and I'm a lot more knowledge now.
Talking about He-Man stuff, when you were here a couple of years ago, I gave you a Skeletor. You know, the battle damage one? You still got that one?
Oh, I'm looking at it right now. I have my
cool.
shrine right here behind me. All that stuff. I have all the castles. I have most of the figures. I'm missing. You know, there's still a handful of figures that I'm missing from everything, but that keeps the thrill out there when I go on tour, and some guy's going to walk up to me and hand me a battle armor Skeletor. So it's always good for tour. I don't want to have everything because then it'll be boring. So I always leave the hunt open and, you know, can find more stuff. But yeah, man, action figures and toys and everything. It's like that was my life as a kid, you know. And here I'm going to be 43 on Monday, and just into much of these toys as I was. It's even more so. Like I've reconnected with my inner child, and I think I'm even more childish now than I was as a child, which is scary. So yeah, I'm just having a good time being me, and this just everything is all the planets have aligned right, and it's time.
And it's showing, man. It's an exciting time, like as a fan.
I think it's fun. I mean, it's like we just released the Zodiac trailer today, and you know, just seeing the fans' reactions off that. Like I've had this done for 2 or 3 months, and you know, I guess I've kind of, you know, I remember when I first saw it, like, wow, it looks great, but you never know what the people are going to think, and to see people's comments come back and their first reactions are wow, or oh my God, that's so cool. So it's fun. It's, you know, we're doing different stuff this time, and being on the label, and they're being really cool with just about every idea that I come up with. Like they've never shut it down. They're not the kind of label that's, you know, I think with artists like me, they know what they're getting, so it's not like, hey, we need you to tone it down. So when I come to them and go, hey, I have this idea, I want to recreate the Zodiac murder. Okay. If it falls in the budget, you can do it. Bring your own knife. Okay. So it's been really cool having a team there that knows what I'm doing, and my video guy, Tommy, is, you know, it's just like having a friend that knows how to make movies. So I go with him the idea and I go, hey, what if we do this? And he goes, oh, yeah. It's just cool. I mean, I'm able to do things that I've only kind of dreamed about or thought I could do before. And so it's an exciting time, and I've got all these cool ideas. At least I think they're cool ideas. And, yeah, man, I'm just, like I said, I feel like I'm just getting started with this. So hopefully we'll keep spreading the word, and in a couple years people will know the Wednesday 13 name more than they do now. They'll just, when they say Halloween or horror music, they automatically think of us as the goal.
Go-to. Absolutely do. And you've got Alice Cooper on the album, which is huge, man. You know, I've always seen a lot of similarities between you guys in, you know, the theme and the lyrics and theatrical. Like, it's awesome, dude. Would you ever do an album with him if that came up?
Oh, man, I was ever, you know, asked or lucky enough to be a part of something like that. My whole Alice Cooper thing is, it's really, you know, it's really kind of a crazy story when I think about it. When, you know, he's the whole reason that I look the way I do or do what I do or sound the way I do. Is just, that was my first. He was like my G.I. Joe toy, but a music person. You know, I discovered Alice Cooper when I was still playing with G.I. Joes regularly and still blowing up little toys and having my own little, you know, play war. But I discovered music, and I was like, well, this is kind of cool. This is like a movie, but this guy singing, you know, it was different to me. It was like Kiss, but different. And so that, you know, opened the door. I didn't know you could do that. And then when I heard Cold Ethel and heard the Welcome My Nightmare record, I was like, oh, my God, this guy just made a horror movie. How do you do that? This is, you know, so it was just, Alice constantly did that. And so for me to have him on our record, you know, me go from a little 11-year-old kid having his cassettes to being 42 and having him on our record is really surreal. And he became a friend. He's taken the band out on tour several times. He's just he's like been my rock hero. That's just he's every expectation he's succeeded at, like way beyond. Like he's like, imagine your hero being cooler than you could imagine. It was like Alice, and been very supportive, and having him on the record is, to me, is just like that bucket list goal. Whether it means anything to anybody else, I don't really care.
Man,
me, that was just like, yes, it means everything to me. So, but yeah, it's a great thing, and I like to carry the flag of what he does, because I don't think anybody else really does that. I mean, you've got obviously people compare Rob Zombie and Manson, because they're the only other people that are kind of following in that same league of putting on a big, larger than life show, and there'd be no Marilyn Manson without Alice or Rob or me or anything. He's the dude. So I think just carrying that flag for him and having him acknowledge us as well, it keeps it flowing. So that's kind of what I want people to know, is that he's the Willy Wonka of this whole world that he created, and I blame him for everything.
I love it. And of course, you're coming down here at the end of the month with Static X and Dope, which is just going to be awesome, man. I'm really looking forward to that. And you've been on tour with them recently. How's that been?
Yeah, we just wrapped up 6 weeks in the U.S. here with the first tour. We're doing the whole year with them. We do Australia and UK and Europe, and then back at the end of the year up till Christmas with them. So yeah, it's been great. I mean, I don't think anybody, including them, really knew what the reaction was going to be, but it's been, especially here in the U.S., it was over the top. Every single show was sold out for the most part, or close to it if it wasn't sold out, and it's been a cool thing, and fortunately I know most of the people in the bands and the crew, so it's just been like this, just got off a summer camp tour, it feels like, and we're about to do it again, so it's a lot of cool people behind the scenes, on the scenes and everything. So it's a fun tour, and being able to go to different countries and us being a support band this time is cool, because you see it from a different side, where you don't have everybody just eating out of your palm. You got to kind of work for it, because it's not all your audience. So that's something that I look forward to as well. So it's been good. So I'm excited to get back to Australia. I've been really fortunate to be able to come there almost every year for a decade now, and we'll be back there in 2 weeks, and I'm excited. What's the weather like? Is it going to be cold? Is it hot? I don't even know.
Dude, you're going to come in just before it's spring, but right now I'm freezing my ass off, and I'm on the Gold Coast.
I love it.
Yeah, I love it.
As long as it's like Sleepy Hollow, I can deal with it. It's just gray and just good. I call it Sleepy Hollow when it's like that.
Yeah, I love it, man. They're my favorite day. And it's my day off work, so I'm just cruising, man. I'm just chilling. I love these days. Nice. It's the best.
What I heard we might get there just in time to catch the tail end of the cool weather.
Yeah, dude. I reckon you will. It hangs around. I love seeing your posts, man. You're a grandparent now too, which is awesome. And I'm a young grandpa myself. So
oh wow.
Yeah, dude.
It's strange to say it, but once you're there, you're kind of like, all right, it makes sense. It's just cool. You get to be a kid again, almost. It's like I didn't realize that. Like, I get to live this whole little kid thing again through my granddaughter, which is, I got to live it through my daughter. Then she got older and got out of the Santa Claus phase. Now I get to go back, and I get like 8 more years of Santa Claus. This is great.
It is awesome, dude. I love it, man. I love it. It's, yeah, because you get to share, and like all your toys and stuff too. I mean, obviously you don't want to sort of. Great.
I just lost a Skeletor and a Hordak to my granddaughter just last month. I had them on the bus, just my traveling ones, because I have doubles and I travel with them, and she just took them, and I couldn't say no. So now there's my loose Skeletor and Hordak somewhere in North Carolina with my granddaughter, probably tucked in some toy box next to some unicorn, possessing it.
It's a good thing, man. My son, he's 3. He just got my antenna, so
Oh,
which
there you go, Montana, great toy.
Yeah, man, that was one of mine too. Like original one for when I was a kid. It's a good thing, man. I love it. it. And
he is literally 1 foot away. My Montana figure is 1 foot away from where I speak right now. Yeah, see, connect unity, He-Man.
That's right.
Connecting universes.
That's right. I hope they don't fuck up this movie, man. That's for sure.
Yeah.
See how we go. But, dude, it's been awesome talking to you again, as always. And the Necrophaze comes out on September 27th through Nuclear Blast. But we'll see you here. And it's coming up quick with Static X.
Yeah, no, I didn't realize it was that quick. I was just booking the last of our accommodations and flights and things for the tour. And I'm like, fuck, this is pretty quick. Good thing I'm doing this now. You know, just like me, wait to the very last minute. Just like, let them wait. I want to pay $1 more.
Man, it's going to be unreal. I can't wait, dude. I'll see you in Brisbane, man. It's going to be sick.
Yeah, man, I'm excited. We'll see you soon.